The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Cut. Cut is a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's US-based and available in 40 states. Head to cut.com, that's KUTT.com. Use promo code SGPN to get a 10% deposit bonus. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Play their fantasy pick'em for a chance to win 100x in NBA, NHL, college basketball, and more. Sign up today using promo code SGPN to get a 100% deposit match. We're also brought to you by Champs. Run your own March Madness pool and enter Champs free bracket contest for a chance to win $1,000. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/champs to enter today. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the voice, no the guy. It's me, really real, villain real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. I didn't get to talk about it, but appreciate you, DeMar DeRozan. Granted, I had already hit the over 229.5. Or was it 229? Something like that. It was one or the other. I already hit that bet before you hit the 3-pointer, not 3-pointer, but the 2-pointer to send it into OT. But then you guaranteed us Bulls +4 and on the money line in OT as well. Picture perfect handicap in that Bulls game. And then for that to happen and me to get the Clippers last night, -6, it was amazing. It was amazing. It like just roll it over. It was a great spot. Amazing spot. Clippers absolutely dominated. Oh, yesterday was a good day. Was it a good day for you, Scott Studio or Reichel? What's going on?
Scotty, beam me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, it was fine. Ended up losing the lock. Wasn't that close. I had the under in the Rockets game, but I did end up cashing the dog. I had the Trailblazers alt team total under. The Knicks had 3 straight games allowing less than 80 points. I was going to take an alt team total under on Portland. Then Simons got ruled out, which was nice for me. Had to sweat it a bit as the Trailblazers attempted a meaningless three-pointer at the end, which would have killed me if it ended up hitting. But it missed, and they ended up going under. So I hit a +155 dog. Could have been worse, but either way, point is, ended up splitting a little bit of profit if you include the dog. So either way, could have been better, could have been worse.
No, good. We're good. And speaking of that Rockets Wizards game, Jalen Green, sir. I think that might have been one of them, huh? No, but did you see the play? Did you see the disrespectful play where he crossed the guy, stared at him, shot the three, and then turned around as the three went in? It's like three different disrespects in one play.
Yeah.
Hey man, everybody talking about who his baby mama is, and he said, "All right, Oh, Gil used to play for what team? Oh, all right. That should have been in the handicap. That should have been the handicap. He was always going to kill Gilbert Arenas' team. Always going to kill them. 5 for 9 from 3, 37 points, 8 rebounds. That, man, dang, that would have been an amazing narrative. All right. Let's see here. Shout out to the Wizards for losing yet another game. Let's go look at the standings. I haven't looked at the standings. What's the standings? Let's see here. Detroit has one more win.
They're back.
Let's hold serve. We're back. It's a sweat. It's going to be a sweat. It's going to go back and forth all the way to the end of the year. It's going to be a sweat, but I'm really glad that I'm in on this sweat. All right. Let's see here. What we got on the slate today, Scott. Looky here. Let's kick it off with team that's on a back-to-back. The Phoenix Suns on the road. Going to play the Charlotte Hornets. Kind of wish I was going to that game. But open up -9.5. Line's currently sitting at -10. 217.5 is the total. Injury report for these two teams. And wow, if I was prepared like any quality, person would be, I'd have it pulled up already. But I talked it over enough that it's pulled up now. And you have Eric Gorton, Josh Okogie, who we'll see if they play. This is a back-to-back. So honestly, there could be a lot of switching of this lineup for the Charlotte Hornets, and it being a back-to-back, they just got they lost. They really kind of blew that game against the Celtics, but for the Charlotte Hornets, Bryce McGowan's is out. No LaMelo, no Mark Williams, no Steph Curry, no Cody Martin. Scott, I don't like taking the Charlotte team.
I might have to. It's a lot of points on a back-to-back with travel, isn't it?
They're
That's
only
a lot.
good. They're only better when they're healthy, though. Whenever they have injuries, they never really consistently perform. I was right about them when they played Detroit. They got me in Memphis. I'm not gonna lie, but Phoenix is just another level. How does Phoenix not come in here and just dog them? I mean, I know they're solid defensively, but are they gonna score?
I mean, you're hoping off a loss, Phoenix is going to be motivated for this game. So that's always a concern when you have a bottom feeder team is that,
Mm-hmm.
are they going to overlook them? Maybe, but after Boston kind of killed them in the final 3 quarters of that game or the final 3.5 quarters of that game, you're kind of hoping that Phoenix does show up for this game. Phoenix actually needs to get some wins together because they're a playing team right now. I feel like people haven't noticed that. They're a playing team. And I think they're half game
That
behind
West is jam
Sacramento.
packed, man. The West is packed.
It is. You're assuming Dallas is going to fall because Luke is going to be out. We're not sure how long, so they might be slipping.
Mm-hmm.
We know with Steph being injured, he's probably going to come back on Saturday. Warriors Lakers on Saturday should be a lot of fun, by the way. But still, point is, some teams are injured. The Suns are actually healthy for now. We'll see if it stays that way. I think I am going to lean to Phoenix. I really wanted to take Charlotte. I might have said I was
Mm-hmm.
going to take Charlotte, but I might have just changed my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Suns really just need to come out here. They lost to the best record in the league. Maybe not the best team in the league, but the best record in the league in Boston
Mm-hmm.
yesterday. It happens. Boston's home record's really good. It is what it is. Tatum and Jaylen Brown killed you. That's basically what happened. Charlotte
Mm-hmm.
can't score, as you said before. They can't score. I'm hoping that Phoenix does enough offensively to just win by margin, and I see that potentially happening. Back-to-back's a bit of a concern, but that game got out of hand, so Phoenix could have started to sit some guys late. I'm going to lean to Phoenix with you. I'm assuming you're taking Phoenix because I just don't think Charlotte can score enough.
Yeah, no, I don't. I really don't. I don't even think it's I mean, they did play some pretty solid defenses recently, Memphis, but they put up 97 against Detroit. And you got the 110 against Brooklyn, 100 against Washington, 89 against Orlando. Yeah, there's some solid defenses in there, but is it enough where I can sit there and say that's the reason? No, I just don't think this team is really inept at scoring too much. Yeah, I think I want to take. Yeah, I think I'm going chalk. Phoenix -10. All right, Casey, what you got here for us? Teams in a non-conference game that have a spread of greater than -7, and the total is less than 224.5, are a big number, and 9 to the over in 219 since 2019. So okay, over since 2019.
He likes the over.
Three 369, 279, and 9. It's wait, you say that's 60-40? Yeah. I wasn't doing the conversion of what that was, but it looked good. Okay. Over 217.5. I don't know. Charlotte kind of concerns me. I think I would just take Phoenix team total over.
Yeah,
Or maybe
it's
Charlotte
one of
team
those
total
games once
under.
again where I want to make a case for Charlotte, and I guess the case is one team's on a back-to-back, and Phoenix, we know, is always, I'd say, unreliable. Charlotte's
Hmm.
offense is the definition of unreliable. Or in other words, they are reliable because you know that they're going to be really bad. So you at least know what you're going to be getting game in, game out from that unit. But yeah, I just think you're going to end up seeing Phoenix score more points than Charlotte, and I think Charlotte's going to have a hard time keeping up. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. So hopefully Durant has a good game, and we'll go from there.
All right. Props.
Nurkic rebounds. What do you have, 20 last night? 20 and change. You're the opposing center against Boston expert. So
yeah, man, yeah, like 20 last night. I seen, bro, when it was the second quarter and I seen he had 10. I was like, his prop was at 10.5. It was free money. Like,
yeah.
All right, I don't think I'm gonna roll with Nurk again. I really don't know. I really don't have a good feel. I really don't want to play this game, to be honest. Like, because I really don't trust Phoenix too much. But like, it just seems like they should clearly get this done.
It's just Charlotte not being able to rebound. That's kind of the reason why I'm just going to take Nurkic, because we know Bridges has had to accept the bigger role rebounding. They don't have any center depth, and I think Nurkic takes up a lot of space. So I'll go with Nurkic rebounds for the matchup.
Let's go with Grayson Allen threes because Duke got knocked out the ACC last night by NC State. They said that it was going to be a round 3. They said it was going to be a round 3. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. All right.
There was a bright side to that, by the way. The bright side is that all of the Duke fans who are going to stay for the tournament can now go to Grayson Allen's game against the Charlotte Hornets.
Well, they was in DC, so
I'm saying they can make the commute now. They got time. They got a lot of free time on their hands. You know, they got until next Thursday or
another
Friday.
Week. Yeah, you got another week. Way earlier than you thought, Dukies. Miami Heat on the road, lane 8 against the Detroit Pistons. Pistons at home here. What's that? 215.5 is the total. Open up at 217. Line open up minus.
It's gonna be the quickest breakdown of a game we've ever had.
Bam Adebayo's probable. No Tyler Hero. No Kevin Love. No Josh Richardson. And for the Pistons, you got Cade Cunningham is questionable. Asar Thompson is out, and Quentin Grimes is out. Yeah, Pistons +8.
If Cade's questionable, do we just take every Ivy prop like imaginable? We know how this goes.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm not taking Miami. I know you tried to take a stand with Miami against Denver. I understand why you did it, but at the end of the day, Miami's a team that has been playing very, very ugly basketball. You can make the argument that with the kind of subtle but noticeable changing in officiating over the last couple weeks, which is why we've seen a lot of unders, Miami's been involved in a lot of rock fights, but the offense has still not been very good. So I'm not going to lay 8.5. We've seen them play twice this season. Detroit's hung in there. And, of course, if Cade's out, that's going to be unfortunate for them, but we'll see what his status is going to be. Point is, though, I'm going to lean to the Pistons. Not really much more to add. Miami, we know, is really bad at actually laying points. They always have been, and I don't see that changing. So, yeah, give me the Pistons.
Buddha Life, because I don't really have anything else to add to this game. So I'm going to entertain Buddha Life for a minute. As a Duke fan, we are getting ready for the tournament. For the tourney, says Buddha Life. All I have to say against that is, did you want to lose the game last night? Does that mean you wanted to lose the game last night? If so, mission accomplished. Happy for you. But I will say this. If you wanted to win, oh, man. He said Carolina.
I just want to know what's worse, losing to NC State in the quarters or losing to North Carolina again for the third time in the ACC tournament.
Like, and it was gonna happen, so you might as well just.
I think North Carolina would have killed them.
Lost now.
I think North Carolina is actually a really good basketball team. They've really grown on me over the last couple of weeks. So I think North Carolina would have killed you again.
Just beat the shit out of Florida State yesterday.
Yeah, they only gave about like 30. That was a destruction.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of Florida State. So I'm just, hey man, all I'm gonna say is I understand if y'all are getting ready for the tournament, that's cool. But I just want to know, did you want to lose that game? Because if you wanted to lose that game, congratulations, good job, you did. You didn't need any help, but you did what you were supposed to. But if you wanted to win, NC State. However, NC State is playing out of their mind for their coach because this is their coach last year. Like, this is last year. So
if they make the tournament, you think he sticks around? Maybe
they should. They should. Yeah. But NC State's probably going to get rid of him. I think they're tired of Keats, but it's
I like
crazy
him,
because
but
I think Keats is a straight coach. It's just NC State is NC State. The pussy pat as on the college experience. Okay, that was a way better conversation than talking about this game. It's clear Detroit +8. All right, total 215.5. I don't really have any thoughts, honestly, truly. It may be a Detroit team total over, maybe, but not really.
I'm
This
gonna
could go
lean
under.
under with
Yeah,
Miami just playing hideous basketball with the new officiating, so I'm gonna lean to the under again.
yeah, yeah. I like under 215.5. Player props. Somebody out there is going to take Bam. I'm going to counter with Duran because he's been
That's
really
what I'll
freaking
counter with
good.
you. I prefer Duran in this game.
Yeah, somebody out there is going to take Bam. I wish you the best of luck. I'm countering back with Duran. Um, and I guess anything else would depend on if Cade plays and the
Yep.
status of Cade Cunningham. So wait on that because Cade Cunningham actually be a strong questionable days and then just straight up don't play. So that could be the only thing that'll really mess this up. But for right now, I'm gonna assume he plays. Let's see. Before we get to, we got to talk about it. Merch Madness. Merch Madness. 15% off everything in the merch store. Promo code Madness. Make sure you use store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com to get to that merch store. And go check out our NBA Gambling Podcast hats. We have new hats. Hey, I'm on TC as well. So give a look at the first half unders t-shirt for the March Madness tournament. Please, please, please tap in. 15% off Madness. Store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. We're also brought to you by Cut, a peer-to-peer social betting platform that's US-based and available in 40 states. It is a new way to bet where you can bet directly against your friends in sports, politics, pop culture, anything with a verifiable outcome. Has to be a verifiable outcome. Cut offers lower VIG, fully customizable odds, and they handle the payment side of things. So you just don't have to chase people down for money. You don't have to worry about that. You get paid. You get rewards, social features, all of that. You can join the SGPN group. We have I saw him talking in there yesterday, the SGPN group. So, hey, I'm starting to be a little golf aficionado, so I might have to put some golf stuff up there too. I kind of been locking into this Players Championship. So, download Cut today in the App Store or over at cut.com. That's KUTT.com and use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, the easiest place to bet fantasy sports. You can pick your favorite players higher or lower in their stat total. You can win up to 100x times your money as well. Picking between 2 to 5 players using spicy plays, you can boost that profit up to 100x, and you can make rival picks. So, you know that we're going to go ahead and give you a lineup at the end of the show. Sign up today with promo code SGPN to get your first deposit doubled up to $100, as well as an instant pick specials. Visit underdogfantasy.com or find them in the App Store. And don't forget to register with my promo code NBA SGPN. That's NBA SGPN to get your first deposit doubled up to $100, as well as instant pick special. Must be 18 or older and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-522-4700 or visit www.ncpgambling.org. All right. Let's see here. Orlando on the road going to play the Toronto Raptors. Orlando opened up -5.5. They're now up to -8.5. It's so I really, really like this Orlando team, but it's just funny seeing them lay 8.5 and consistently get these high numbers. They still be covering them, but it's funny. Haven't seen that in a long time. Toronto here at home, over under set at 217.5. That's dropped. And for the Magic, no injury report. Okay. All right. Good go. Toronto Raptors, Gary Trent Jr. is questionable. RJ Barrett is out. Hurts go out to RJ Barrett. He lost his brother. That's why he's out for right now. So hope everything's, prayers to him, his family, everybody that was affected. DJ Carton is out. No Chris Boucher. No Scotty Barnes. No Jakob Poeltl. It's a lot of injuries on that Toronto side of the ball. Orlando's really good defensively.
Orlando Magic. Oh, yeah. Is that where we're going with this one? I can't take Toronto. They've lost 5 straight.
Yeah.
This team's terrible. I mean,
they somehow
do you want to make a
every other
case?
game though. I mean, they covered 10.5 against the Suns in Phoenix. They covered 17.5 against Denver in Denver. I think that it's a possibility, but they're also coming off a 4-game road trip. What, they were gone for a week. Yeah, they were gone for a week. Like it's a pretty decent road trip. If I played Orlando Magic, I'm just gonna take the first half play. I don't know if I want to even fool with the second half of the game. Toronto might be a little bit on tired legs with a 4-game road trip, and they kind of really tested teams in that road trip. I know they lost to Portland and Detroit, and that is horrible. But I mean, they were competitive in those games, especially the Detroit game recently. And you see that they covered against the Suns and Denver. Like the injuries and everything going on really, really didn't do that bad. I just think that they're going to be on tired legs coming back home after a week of highly, highly competitive basketball playing 4 games. So if I play the Orlando Magic, I'm going to play them in the first half, but slight lean to the Magic for the game, but I really don't like it. Like Toronto's been covering every other game, but I mean, here we go. Here's an every other game spot.
Yeah. I'm just going to lean to Orlando because I just like this team more. They're not good on the road. I get it. They're 16-19. Toronto, yes, they covered against Denver, blew a 22-point lead basically immediately. I don't know how the hell they ended up losing that game, but still, I get your point. Cade got injured or benched, whatever you want to call it, in that last game, and they still got outscored in the last 15 minutes with no Cade. You get outscored with no Cade on the floor, that means your team's really bad. That's all I'm going to say. But I think I'm going to lean to Orlando here. The Raptors, until they win a game or look competitive in my eyes, I'm just not going to take them. I think this team sucks. I mean, it's why when we did the Eastern Conference win totals episode post All-Star break, my lock was Orlando over, and we both liked Toronto under. We just thought that the Magic would be able to take advantage of a weak schedule. They have, and I see them doing it again. So I'm going to lean to Orlando.
I actually think I kind of want Toronto for the full game. I like Orlando in the first half. I do think Toronto be on strong legs, but that Orlando on the road stat kind of tripping me out. Laying 8.5 with somebody that can't cover on the road. But I mean, they play good defense. Yeah. But like I said, Toronto's somehow been covering games recently. They lose to the really bad teams, and they covered against Denver and the Suns. It's like, we'll see. That's a tough one. 217.5. Casey, what you got for me? Since 2015, road favorites.
It's the same trend as before. The same trend.
Did we talk about it? Did I talk about it in the last one?
Yeah, it's the same one as the Heat trend. The same thing.
So but I didn't say the Heat trend. But I didn't say the Heat trend on air. I don't think. Did I say it? I didn't read this earlier.
Oh wait, that one's different.
No, I didn't read it earlier.
There was another trend before.
Yeah. No, he sent it earlier. We just forgot to read it. So now we're going to read it and make up for forgetting to read it the first time. So, all right. Since 2015, road favorites of less than 3.5, which is like, that's the negative and saying less than. I mean, I get it. But it sounds weird when you try to say it out loud. But road favorites of
I think he means greater.
Than,
I think he means greater than 3.5. By the way, I think that sign should be the opposite.
No, because if you put the negative,
Orlando's laying
it's
8.5.
like the number's getting smaller. Yeah, but
I'm saying Orlando's laying negative, 8.5. So,
but negative 3.5 is less than negative 8.5. So, and he used the less than. Yeah, I think he's right.
No, I'm saying I think it should be greater than, because it's 3.5. It should be 8.5. I'm saying
no,
so,
but it's a net. But I think. Oh well, okay, all right. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if does the minus equal a negative, or is it just I don't know. Whatever.
No, Casey's saying I'm right. It should be a greater than 3.5 sign as opposed to less than 3.5. But okay.
Okay. So road favorites are greater than 3.5 with a. So they're meaning they're a good team. They're above 50% on season winning percentage. And total is less than 224.5, 56, 16, and 1 to the over. Wow. It's like so crazy to me because stuff be so specific, but it clearly has one side. Like there's clearly one side. Let's see here. Orlando, Toronto over. That hits the trend, and the Miami and Detroit over hits the trend as well. All right.
Actually,
it's been a long time since I've been in statistics.
Yeah.
Been a long
I
time
do
since
like
I've
the
been
over in this game personally. Toronto is a team that can't guard anybody. They don't try to guard anybody. 125 to Denver, 128 to Portland, 120 to Phoenix, 139 to New Orleans, 113 to Detroit. That Detroit game landed with 217. I'm going to lean over. I just think that you're looking at, besides the trend, I think Orlando can actually score against this team. I don't mind Orlando team total over, but I see points.
Yeah, because I'm kind of leaning to Raptors plus 8.5, and I feel like if the Raptors are in the games because they were able to score. Kylan, I don't know. How do you pronounce that? Either way. Heading to NC this weekend, are they having any promotions? Well, we actually have a link from Sports Gambling Podcast for BetMGM if you want to use that. I should try to get that so I can drop it in the chat for you. I'm going to do that. But yeah, we have that. It's a whole bunch of promotions. Like literally every single sportsbook has a promotion. You just log into the app. I don't have any other codes for anything else, but we got a BetMGM link. So I'll send that in the chat so you can use that. All right. Play props. What you like?
For player props in this game, I think Banchero should have a monster game. I don't know who on Toronto is going to guard him. So I'll go with Paolo. I'm trying to think once again who's going to stop him, and I haven't come up with an answer. You think Suggs has a good game in Canada tonight?
He's been kind of. I think he's been kind of up and down, hasn't he? I mean, I feel like everybody should. I just think it's going to be points. Toronto. I keep saying Toronto doesn't play any defense, but then they actually come out and look slightly better defensively than I was expecting. But I'm still going to fade Toronto defensively. Like they don't have that option right now. Where's this? Let me send that link in there. I would say Wendell Carter should be a really good play for at least one rebounds, but I actually think I'm never going to bet Wendell Carter ever again.
Is it because of what Pat
Quietly.
Bev said about him?
Yeah, no, and it was multiple times after that I bet him, and he completely folded in a spot he should have absolutely dominated. And it's just like I don't think that I would like to bet Wendell Carter anymore ever.
You gave it a good run.
Maybe a Franz Wagner or a Paulo Banchero points and rebounds play. I think I would like that better, but I'm really good on Wendell Carter. Really, really good on Wendell Carter. All right. Let's see here. What's the next game on the slate? We got the Los Angeles Clippers on the back-to-back now. Hey, man, we might just be able to keep rolling this over and over and over. But because I'm not the fade now. I'm not the fade anymore. It's now officially Scott. We've determined that Scott is officially the New Orleans Pelicans fade. So Los Angeles Clippers on the road, going to play New Orleans Pelicans. Open up -5. Currently sitting here laying 7.5. 217.5 is the total injury report for these two teams, and I have for the Clippers, James Harden uncertain to play. I don't think he's going to play. And for the Pelicans, clean. And no Russell Westbrook, as you probably already know. I hit on the Clippers last night, and it's not too many times that I lay points with the Clippers on the road, but it was a very, very strong spot with that overtime game for the Bulls the night before. Now the Clippers, back-to-back, playing the Pelicans. Scott, I'm going to let you go first, because that's really going to tell me what I'm going to do. What do you like here?
Yeah, I'm gonna lean to New Orleans in this spot. I feel like I don't have the Clippers numbers in front of me on back-to-backs, but conceptually they're an older team. A lot of guys are injured. Played in Chicago last night. Now they're traveling to New Orleans. It's really not a great spot, and it's why the line is shifted. I don't know if Kawhi's going to play. I'm assuming Harden's not going to play because Bones Highland had a double-double last night. He actually looked pretty good. But still, point is, I'm going to lean to New Orleans. I was completely wrong about that Cavs game, but I do expect a better effort at home from them in this game. Yeah, I'm going to lean to New Orleans, so enjoy winning with the Clippers in this game.
Okay, I don't know why my comment isn't populating up on R. I don't know. Tell me if y'all can see the link in the chat. I put the link in the chat, but now it's not populating on our side. So maybe it's in the chat. If it's not in there, then just send me a DM and I'll send you the BetMGM link that you can sign up with for SGPN. Appreciate it, but I don't know why I don't know why. Maybe it's blocking my comment because I sent a link and it thinks I'm a spam. I don't know. That was weird. All right. Yeah, I really didn't listen to anything else you said other than you said you're taking New Orleans. So unfortunately, I didn't really want to do this, but I guess I got to take
Yeah.
Clippers. System play. All right, Scott. Maybe you can get off the slide. Maybe this one gets you off the slide. But I do think New Orleans is a pretty solid play but I have to see an injury report for the Clippers. It's not too late for the Clippers to go out here and say, yeah, Kawhi's not playing, or yeah, Paul George isn't playing. Like they've been good for stuff like that, and so we'll see. I'm gonna pump my brakes and I'm gonna wait till later on the day and the Clippers to start confirming some players in because I might be interested in them laying this number. I mean, catching this number on the road if Kawhi and Paul George are playing. But if you're missing one plus James Harden, yeah, no, I'm not interested. All right. 217.5 player props. Anything else you like?
I'm gonna lean over in this game. I just think this total seems a bit low. Both teams, I don't know who's gonna play for the Clippers, but still they can score. And you're looking at the meetings this season. Last meeting landed 223. First meeting in the season landed 222. Just feels like this line's a bit low. I'm gonna lean to the over. I mean, even with all the injuries they had yesterday, they still scored 126 against the Bulls, and they gave up 111. So the Clippers defensively have given up at least 111 points in 3 straight. So I'm not sold in the recent defensive form. I'm going to lean to the over in this game.
All right. Yeah, I guess slight leans it over. I really don't have a play there. I do like how Paul George and Kawhi are playing. So if I'm guaranteed to get one or maybe both, I'd probably play one or both of them. I played Paul George last night, and he had 15 in the first half and cruised
He was
to like
great.
28.
He was great last night.
He was really, really
They gave him his one
so.
shot. What was he, 11 of 12? He was great.
Yeah. So like I literally didn't sweat that at all. And so yeah, no. I like how they're playing. They're in pretty good form. And they gotta be, especially with James Harden out and still trying to be competitive against these teams. And I think this is a spot where you really want to go on the road and have a good showing, especially with how close the West is. So Denver Nuggets on the road going to play the San Antonio Spurs. Denver's laying 10.5, 222.5 is the total. Injury report for these two. No, wait, I can't do that. I gotta talk to you about somebody. AG1. That's what I was missing. AG1. Because of my digestive system isn't the best. If I'm not feeling focused, if I'm, a little bit sluggish, like I had a long night last night, and so definitely had to get me a little shot of AG1 in the morning to make sure that I was good to go do this show. And it really like helps you with the daily difference in your daily health. You also have energy. Yeah, more relaxed. You can focus. All of that issues that I struggle with as well. You see, I interrupt Scott every time he talks, so I have issues focusing, and AG1 can help with that. Vitamin C and zinc to support my immune health. It's tested for 950 contaminants and is NSF certified for sport. AG1 is a team of doctors and scientists. They're great, and it gives everybody the energy. It supports your gut health. It does everything you need. So here's the offer for you. If you want to take ownership of your health, it starts with AG1. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs. When you first subscribe, go to drinkag1.com/SGPN. That's drinkag1.com/SGPN. All right. We're also brought to you by Champs. They're hosting a free March Madness bracket contest to win $1,000. Free. You don't have to pay to enter, and you have a chance to win $1,000. So, Buddha, if you think your Dukies are going to make it further, there's your chance. And you might win $1,000 if they actually, don't let you down for once. Hop in the Champs. Free March Madness, $1,000 prize. And guess what? If you start your own bracket pool for your home league or something like that, they'll give you another entry. Enter now, though, because earlier the entry is the tiebreaker. It's not like it's going to be final score or anything. Nope. Whoever got there first is going to get the money. So make sure you enter. That is sportsgamblingpodcast.com/champs, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/champs to enter. All right, Scott. We're back with Denver, laying 10.5 on the road against San Antonio Spurs. 222.5 is total. That's gone up. Injury report, and we have Clayton for the Denver Nuggets. San Antonio Spurs. Keldon Johnson is not on the injury report. He should return to the lineup today. Wemby shows up.
Is Denver looking ahead to Dallas?
Ew.
I'm just asking.
I mean, no.
It's on the road. So. It's a division game. That's why I'm asking. Or not division game, sorry. I'm just wondering.
No, I don't think so. I'm not factoring that in. My factor is just going into the fact that Wemby actually I think that Wemby actually gets up for big games. And if he has a big game here, that might be enough to cover 10. I mean, think about it. Every time he plays a big team, he has some, like we sit here talking about, dang, Wemby did this, Wemby did that. And he shows up for big games. He really does. In the regular season, because, the team's not no good. But who's gonna stop him? Aaron Gordon? I think he's a little too.
I mean,
too low.
Wemby can do his thing. The question is, are his teammates so bad that it just doesn't matter what Wemby does?
Well, he's the second best player on the team
for the entire season.
Well, he's second best player on the team. So
Who?
The second best player is Wemby. So if the second best player has a really big game and the best player has a really big game, then they should be straight. Yeah, let's go with the Spurs, man. Spurs plus 10. Plus 10.5. Let's go.
So the question that I have here is that the Spurs are not playing a home game, actually. They're playing in the Moody Center. So this game's actually taking place in Austin. So it's technically not a true home game for the Spurs. You can argue the crowd, of course, will still be mostly Spurs. It's going to be a spectacle. That's kind of the point I'm trying to make. Didn't they try this last year and the Warriors beat them by like 60 points? Didn't they try this? Didn't we do this last year? And like the Warriors showed up to this random
They were like 6.5. It was like 6.5, 7. And the Warriors were so bad on the road that everybody was betting against them that night. And it just kind of felt weird because like it was Steph and the Warriors against the Spurs and they beat the shit out of them. I remember exactly.
They won by like 60. Like it was a mess, but I'm going to lean to San Antonio. It's a weird game. Denver, we saw them play with their food at home against Toronto. They have more important things in the future. Whether it involves Dallas or whether it involves just trying to get the 1 seed. But the point is, I think Denver's going to win. Do they care how much they win by? No, they don't care. Like Joker might put up another random game like he did against Miami, where he just walks into the building and says, I'm going to shoot the ball 5 times, and we're just going to win the game. Like, I don't think they care about margin. I'm going to lean to the Spurs. I'm hoping that they look sharp in this interesting venue in Austin. The crowd support should be pretty big. I'll lean to San Antonio, plus 10.5.
Hey, man. KD, you already know, like, what kind of question is that? Who is the best player on the Spurs? It's clearly Devin Vassell.
Okay.
They're new to the podcast. Well, but no, they've been here. Yeah, no, you've been here. You know that I think Devin Vassell's the best player on the Spurs, and he's been for a long time, and he still is, regardless of this new, young, talented phenom coming over from France and literally owning the entire league. He's still the second best player on the team. 222.5.
The first one was 252, but that was so long ago, I don't even care. I'm going to lean under. We've seen unders in the NBA do well. The Spurs have scored less than 103 points against the Rockets and the Warriors at home in back-to-back games. I'm going to lean under. I'm hoping Denver is going to kill the pace, and San Antonio has not been playing that fast recently. They're also just not very good. So I'm going to lean to the under in this game.
Oh, the games that Devin Vassell doesn't do well is because the other teams are throwing literally double teams and triple teams at him because he's so good. So
I thought you were going to say that was when Munaf and I would do the show. So Vassell will take the night off because you weren't giving.
Yeah, he knows I'm not. He knows I'm not on, so he takes the night off. Hey, man, I actually 100% disagree with you. I'm on the over 222.5. I just think the Spurs are going to be able to score this game. Like
Okay.
between Vassell and Wemby, I think that they're going to help just boost the the Spurs output. And I don't expect Denver to show up again really good defensively on the road. Like I'm just not kind of sold on Denver in this road spot right now. So this is a lot of points. They win games. Yeah, they've been winning games on the road, but they just don't get the cover. So I think the Spurs are going to keep up in a nutshell. All right. Player props. I mean,
I think
Wemby.
Wemby shows up for big games. I mean, we've talked about this before.
Like he does.
So.
And it's consistent. And it's like he's sitting here at 21 and a half. And I really feel like we're stealing. I feel like we're stealing. Vassell at 18 and a half is kind of crazy as well. But
yeah, I like the over.
I think the Spurs got enough to give them a game. I really do. Trey Jones' assist is probably going to be a play because he definitely didn't pass Wemby that ball. He's going to start passing more often. So over 6.5 assists for Trey Jones. I agree with that. I like Wemby to get it done. Over 21.5, like Vassell. Over 18.5. Might get down on Keldon later on in the day. I have to look into Keldon a little bit more in this matchup. And I mean, Denver's not going to lay down.
KCP points might be interesting. It's at 8.5. He's done very well recently, especially against San Antonio. Gone over in 8 of the last 10, gone over in, I think it's 14 of the last 20. So he's been in good form. And against the Spurs, historically speaking, he's been solid. He's at least 11 points in 4 straight games against the Spurs. So I don't mind KCP over 8.5 points.
Jokic triple-double at plus 180. I would implore you. I challenge you. I may take a little $5 bonus bet and put it on there. But I think that a triple-double isn't a possibility for Wemby, but in blocks. Because I think the Nuggets are going to challenge him and they're going to go at him. And he's going to rise up to it. I think
the block line.
And he has big games against big teams. So it's just like Denver, defending champions, in a neutral site in Austin where everybody's going to be at. Wemby might try to show up, bro. I think he's at like 25-1.
If you were curious, Wemby over 3.5 blocks is plus 115. 4.5 blocks is 240.
Let's ladder it. Let's ladder it today. I think they're going to try him.
How did he do in the first meeting? Let me just pull it up. I know he did well with blocks. I just want to remember how well. He had 4.
Was it 8?
He had 4 in the first
game. It wasn't that game.
Game.
Yeah, bro. Let's ladder it, bro. I think he's gonna have a lot of blocks tonight.
By the way, I want to read off Wemby's blocks.
Mm-hmm.
I want to read off Wemby's blocks for the last couple games. He's had 2 in back-to-back games. Before that, 7, 6, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5. 3-10.
Oh yeah, he's due. He's due. All right,
so,
that might make dog of the day territory. That might be. Okay. Spurs about to give them a game. Is this on? Where is this? Is this on TV? Okay, I might have to get on League Pass and watch this one. All right. Before we talk about the last game,
this really should be on This really should be on NBA TV. This game should be on TV. I mean, you got Wemby against Jokic. What do you want? Like, yeah.
And I think the Spurs can take advantage of some matchups too. So I think it's going to be a good game. Win bigger by betting smarter this NBA season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NBA and soccer bet with historical stats and data. You can enter a parlay optimizer, use their parlay optimizer tool and enter your parlay idea, and it'll break it down by leg, give you an expected probability. Green is what you want to see. If it's a bunch of green, you're gonna feel good about it. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. All right. Atlanta Hawks.
One game.
I can't believe we're back here. Hey, man. I just think it's so funny.
Do we have to read anything, or can we just get into it at this point? We're not taking
Yeah,
Atlanta.
I mean,
Like, we're not taking Atlanta.
but just so the people know, Hawks is -2.5, 223.5 is total for the injury report. The Atlanta Hawks. Bojan is questionable. I'm sorry. Bogdan is questionable. Bojan's my guy. Jalen Johnson is questionable after being out last game. No Trae Young, no Sadiq Bey, no Onyeka Okongwu. And for the Utah Jazz, Lauri Markkanen is still out. Jordan Clarkson is out. Chris Dunn has rest and is out. Okay. And Taylor Hendricks is questionable with the toe injury. Now, I'm not going to lie. Markkanen and Lauri is some pretty big outs. I mean, not Markkanen and Lauri. I'm weak. Markkanen and Clarkson is some pretty big outs. I don't care. 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 This is the worst team ATS in the league, and we just cashed with them on the road last game. And it's Utah, and Utah is inevitable. So, Keontae George legacy game. He gives us 30. Utah Jazz plus 2.5.
Really
Sprinkle on the money line. Yeah. Shout out to Will Hardy for giving them the reins and being bold enough and saying, "Hey, I'm finna trade these guys up out of here so you can have more freedom and opportunity to work." Yeah, Utah plus 2.5. Sprinkle on money line. Utah gets it done. Back in Keontae George to have a big game here today. I'll probably be on Keontae George ladder. I'm not gonna lie. 223.5 in total. Player props. Anything for you because I know you're not taking Atlanta.
I'm not taking Atlanta. How the hell do you waste a 40-point game by DeJounte against Portland? You can't even beat Portland, man.
You suck.
I know.
And it's not even like you won and didn't cover. Like, you just straight up lost the game.
No, you lost outright. Aiden and Simons killed you. I think Keontae is going to kill you again because he's been really good. So I'll lead into Keontae to carry the team. Should play a bunch of minutes because Clarkson's now out, so they don't exactly have much point guard depth on that roster. Yeah, I think John Collins, we saw the first revenge game against Atlanta was awful. His rebounds went over, though. I remember I had that, but he was terrible in that game. I think Collins bounces back. I don't mind John Collins double-double in this game.
Especially, like, now there's a lot of bodies that are – I don't know what the lineup was in that game, but, like, now – I mean, it's Clint Capella still, but you don't have – well, you potentially don't have Jalen Johnson. We'll see if Jalen Johnson comes back into the lineup today, but potentially no Jalen Johnson. You're already not getting a Onyeka Okongwu. Like, they're starting to part open the Red Sea for John Collins to have a really good revenge game, but he just has to take advantage. All right.
So I'll stick with those.
Yeah, we're good. That's it. Last game of sleep. Lock, dog, underdog lineup, and then we are out of here. For my lock. I mean, is it just Detroit? But Cade not being.
It is tradition.
Cade.
It's a system.
Cade is questionable, though. Cade is questionable, and that is really big. But it is a system. But it's questionable. Cade is questionable.
That means he could play. So
I think that I
mean,
am.
It is a system. So
see, but if Cade was going to play, I would probably go to that game, probably. But I'm just going to pivot. I'm going to go Orlando and Toronto, and I'll take the over 217.5 because I just think that Toronto. I think Toronto's going to be in the game. If Toronto's in the game, they're going to have to score points because I don't think that Toronto's defense is that good. Like, I don't think that this is going to be a slow tempo. Like, I think Toronto's going to try to run. They're going to try to get up because I think the news just broke about RJ Barrett before this game. I think people knew, but it didn't break. I think the news just broke. So back home, they potentially get up for RJ Barrett, and that probably helps the scoring. Maybe they don't win outright, but I think they kind of do make this a game in the second half. I do like Orlando in the first half, though, but over 217.5. Casey had a pretty good trend, so I'm going to back that and go with that. Over 217.5 for Orlando and Toronto. For my dog, how far do I want to take Wemby's blocks today? What was for?
Well, 4 was plus 115. 5 was 240.
Okay, we're going 5 because plus 115 is a baby dog, and we're not going to play like that. So Wemby for 5 plus blocks, plus 250, you said? I'm trying to lock that in.
Or 240, whatever. Something like that.
Is that the where's the here's this all? Oh, excuse me. I'm just trying to lock the bet in. Don't worry about me. That's it. Wemby plus 240. So Scott, over to you.
All right.
5 plus blocks.
So for my lock, I'm trying to think of what I actually want to do because Cade might not play, but 8.5 is just so many points. Do I actually want to lock up the Pistons? I might.
I was dangerously close to. I was dangerously close to either that or the over. It was either going to be that or the over.
Yeah, I thought about Olynyk under 6.5 rebounds because Orlando's a very good rebounding team as well, but I decided not to do that. I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, give me the system. Give me the Pistons plus 8.5 against Miami. We've seen them play twice. Miami's won both games at home. Both wins were by less than 9 points, so the spread does seem a bit high. Pistons have won 3 of 4. They've actually been decent. Now, Cade might not play, so that's going to hurt, but Miami's lost 4 straight. They have not been good, especially as favorites for a long, long time. I'll go with the system. Give me the Pistons plus 8.5 at home to get the job done. For my dog, I actually think I'm going to go with Keontae George. The question is, do I want to throw in the money line with it? I'm not sure if it's worth throwing in the money line, but I would at least compare the prices. Just for reference, by the way, Keontae 25 plus points is plus 230, which I think is a hell of a deal based on how he's done for the last week and change. If I throw in the money line, it's plus 422. I mean, it does go with the Atlanta kind of mocking. So, yeah, I think I'm going to do it. Give me Keontae 25 plus points and Jazz money line, and that pays out at plus 422. Keontae's had at least 26 points in 3 of the last 4 games. He's been solid. Clarkson's out, so he should get more minutes. To read off the minutes for George, 35-38. The game against Washington, he had 0 because he only played 5 minutes and change. And against Miami, he played 43 minutes. So he's getting a bunch of minutes. Spread's close. Atlanta's bad defensively. Give me Keontae 25 plus. Yeah. 30 for Keontae.
30th to point guards.
Pull it up.
30th to point guards in the league. 30th, courtesy of Hall of Fame bets.
650. 650 on Keontae 30. I'll go 25 and a win at 420. 422. So there you go.
I like it. Like I said, I think he's about to kill them today. And they just gave up 36 to Simons. CJ got 20. We don't even talk about CJ doing nothing for that much anymore. CJ got 20 on him. He's gonna cook. He's gonna cook today. All right. Underdog. Let's put an underdog lineup together.
Do you want to start with George? I think he's at 19.5 for default prop.
Let's see.
If they have Keontae listed.
Yeah, they do. Higher, 19.5 points. Sure. Wemby blocks. Oh, wait.
That's going to be 3.5 default.
Yeah. They don't have it, though. 4.5 blocks and steals. Potentially.
Do they have Joker?
I mean, I still like it. I just feel like it's not fair because I'm getting 5. Huh?
I said, do they have Joker triple-double? And is it spicy?
No. Well, hold on. Let me scroll back through. So, no, they don't have Joker triple-double. They actually have the lower at 3.75x. I feel like I actually kind of feel like that's Oh wait, that's his double. Wow. So they don't even have that. That's a double lower. No, I'm not playing that.
You taking Vassell? I'll back you on Vassell if you want to take his prop. Or sorry, if you want to take his his entry number, whatever the hell. You want to go Vassell?
You making it seem like you don't believe in him, and I don't want to play it if you don't believe in him. But you're making it
Oh no,
seem
I'm
like you
fine
don't
with it.
believe in him.
I'm fine with it if we think San Antonio is going to keep it close, which we do, then I think Vassell's going to have a pretty good game.
All right, you know I ain't never gonna doubt David. So he about to pull through. All right, Denver Vassell higher 18.5 points. And I wish I had confirmation on the Clippers, but let's just assume because they've been pretty good. So let's just assume they play well. I want to back one of Kawhi or Paul George. Kind of.
I don't know if they're going to have anybody listed.
Or we could go.
So you want Duran? You want to just
Oh,
go against Bam for rebounds?
Yeah. Perfect. 11.5. He's been a monster on the boards, man. I'm not even worried about that. Or the 3 first quarter rebounds. I am actually tempted by that. I feel like every game I watch, he has like 4 or 5.
Yeah, let's have some fun. First quarter.
All right. Hey, man, it's Friday. It's Friday. All right, so we're playing Keontae George higher, 19.5 points. Devin Vassell higher, 18.5 points. And Jalen Duran higher, 3 first quarter rebounds. Man, I'm getting a little spicy here with the underdog play today. That is a 6-1 underdog entry that will pay you $100 to $600. All right. So anything else for people before we get up out of here?
Yes. This was officially our 700th episode, so thank you for stopping by, whether you are new to the show or old to the show. We will be doing a giveaway. We're going to be giving away a couple gift cards, 7 to be exact, to the SGPN merch store. There's a way to enter. I'm going to leave a link in the description after the show officially ends. But you have to subscribe to the show on YouTube, screenshot, and submit. And then on top of that, you could actually leave a review on Apple and screenshot and submit. And after that, we're going to give you a Google form to submit your photos, and that way you can enter the contest. And we're going to give out 7 gift cards. So there you go.
All right. Appreciate it. I definitely forgot to mention that it was 700 today, but hey, man, it's been a long road. I'm thinking, dang, I remember all the milestones we hit. We've hit a lot of episode milestones. 700 is pretty cool. So, he said give away a free parlay ticket. What would we parlay today? I kind of
round robin some dogs.
Yo, because I'm really kind of selling myself on Toronto here. Like I am kind of selling myself on Toronto, just randomly getting up in a big spot.
That's on you, but I thought you were just going to say Clippers because I'm on New Orleans.
Good point.
You take the Clippers and the Pistons, and you just see what happens.
So is that yours? We should give out 2, and yeah, you should do that one just so I can give out
why not?
one.
Yeah, sure.
I would like to do that.
Well,
all right, so
I can't do it because I'm picking New Orleans.
Because you're gonna screw it. And all right, so I have
correct.
to. All right, so
You
that's
have
gonna
to
be
do
it. All right, so yeah, because that really does make a lot of sense. Like it really does. All right, Pistons Clippers money line parlay.
Sure.
What's that? 12-1.
Sounds good
solid.
to
me.
Two
teams gets you 12-1. That's solid. You just need the Pistons and the Clippers.
That's big news. Aaron Donald retired? Hall of Fame career.
Really? Oh.
Well, he was rumored to retire a couple of years ago, and it felt like McVay kept dragging him back. So I guess he just was tired of it. Plus, you never know with football players because I'm sure a lot of them are injured, and you never know how many are dealing with some stuff that they just don't want to deal with anymore. But yeah,
EDD talking about she kind of want to retire. She just doesn't want to. She doesn't know if she can prepare every single for every game through a whole season again. So she's like, I don't know, guys. I might be hanging it up too. All right. That's it. Underdog just sent it out, by the way. NFL breaking news. Underdog. Shout out Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. We gave you an underdog lineup. And we just gave you an extra parlay. Pistons and Clippers. We're sweating them for 12 one day. Scott's not, but we are. And leave us a 5-star rating and review. Make sure you enter that contest. He's going to tell you how to enter that contest in the description. So make sure you pop back in here later today, and there will be a link in the description for this. Other than that, I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast, just to end it like this. We are out of here.